You have had the conversation with yourself 1,000 times. You know what they did. You know how they made you feel. You know, in your clearest moments, that what happened to you was not okay. And yet, you still reach for your phone to text them. You still drive past places you went together. You still sleep on your side of the bed because their side still feels like theirs. You still defend them when people say their name wrong. You still find yourself hoping that maybe, this time, they have changed. And then you hate yourself for hoping. What is wrong with me? Why can I not just stop? Why does someone who hurt me still feel like home? Nothing is wrong with you, but something happened to you that goes far deeper than a bad relationship. And today, Skye is going to sit with you through all of it. Not to lecture you, not to tell you what to do, just to help you finally understand why. You wake up, and for exactly 3 seconds, you forget. And then it hits you. The same way it hits you every single morning, like a hand pressing down on your chest. You check your phone, not because you expect a message, but because some part of you has not stopped expecting one yet. You hear a song. You smell something. You see a car like theirs on the highway. And suddenly, you are not here anymore. You are back there, in the good moments. In the 1950s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran an experiment. He put rats in boxes with levers. When a rat pressed the lever, it got food. Every time. Predictable, consistent. Then he changed the experiment. He made the lever unpredictable. Sometimes food came. Sometimes nothing. Completely random. And something extraordinary happened. The rats became obsessed. They pressed the lever over and over and over. Far more than the rats who got food every time. They could not stop. Even when the food stopped coming entirely, they kept pressing. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, and your relationship with them was built on exactly this principle. Think about the beginning, the love bombing, the texts at 2 a.m., the way they looked at you like you were the only person in every room. Then the coldness, the silence, the version of them that made you feel like you had imagined the person who loved you. Then the warmth again, and you felt relief so powerful it felt like oxygen, like coming home. Like everything was going to be okay. That cycle, warmth then cold, love then withdrawal, closeness then cruelty, that is not love. That is a slot machine. And your brain, your beautiful, intelligent, perfectly functioning brain, responded to that slot machine exactly the way it was designed to. It released dopamine, the same chemical released by cocaine, by gambling, by every addiction we understand. Every time they were warm, dopamine flooded your brain. Every time they pulled away, your brain sent you chasing. What happened to you has a name. It is called trauma bonding. And it is one of the most misunderstood psychological experiences a human being can go through. Trauma bonding happens when an abuser creates a cycle. Phase 1, idealization. They make you feel like you have never been loved like this. Like they see you. Like you are finally understood. Like this is the relationship you have been waiting for. Phase 2, devaluation. Slowly, or sometimes suddenly, the person who saw you so clearly starts making you feel like you imagined it all. They are cold, critical, distant. You spend all your energy trying to get back to phase 1. Phase 3, discard, or the threat of discard. They pull away completely, or they leave, or they make you feel so worthless that you almost leave. And then, phase 1 again. The warmth returns, the apology, the glimpse of the person you fell for, and you feel that rush, that relief, that, finally, you are safe again. Repeat, 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 over months, over years, until the cycle itself becomes what feels like love, until the chaos becomes familiar, until calm, real, safe, consistent calm starts to feel boring, or suspicious, or wrong. That is trauma bonding. It did not just hurt you, it rewired you. You started questioning your own memory. Did that really happen? Was I overreacting? Maybe I was too sensitive. Maybe I pushed them to it. That is not confusion. That is gaslighting working exactly as it was designed. You started shrinking, making yourself smaller, quieter, less. So there would be nothing left to criticize, nothing left to punish. You stopped trusting yourself. Your gut would say, "This is not right," and you would override it. Because they had spent so long telling you your gut was wrong that you started believing it. You started measuring your worth by their attention. A good day was when they were warm. A bad day was when they were not. Your entire emotional world orbiting someone else's mood. And even now, after it is over, you still do it. You still catch yourself wondering what they would think. You still compare every new person to them. Not because you want to go back, but because your nervous system has not learned yet that it is safe to stop. The relationship ended, but the bond did not. Because trauma bonds do not break when the relationship ends. They break when the nervous system finally, slowly, carefully, learns that it is safe to let go. Nobody tells you this part. Leaving a trauma bond does not feel like freedom. Not at first. It feels like withdrawal, like your body is physically missing something, like grief, like loss, like you have cut off something that was part of you, and everyone around you is celebrating. You finally left. You deserve better. You should be relieved. And you smile, and you say thank you. And inside, you feel nothing but loss. Because what you lost was not just a person. You lost the version of yourself that existed in that relationship. The you that tried so hard, the you that believed it could work, the you that gave everything. You lost the dream of who they were in the beginning, that version of them that made you feel chosen and seen and electric. You are not grieving the person they actually were. You are grieving the person they let you believe they were. And that grief is real. It deserves to be honored, not rushed, not explained away, not judged. You are allowed to miss someone who was terrible for you. You are allowed to grieve a relationship that hurt you. Those two things can exist at the same time. Missing them does not mean you should go back. It means you are human. And you loved with everything you had. And that love deserved so much better than what it got. People see the breakup. They do not see what comes after. They do not see you flinching when someone raises their voice. Not because they are dangerous, but because your nervous system learned that raised voices means something is about to go wrong. They do not see you over-explaining every decision you make, justifying yourself constantly. Because for so long you had to justify yourself just to have your feelings taken seriously. They do not see you waiting for the other shoe to drop in every new relationship, waiting for the moment the warmth disappears, the moment the real version appears, because it always did before. They do not see you apologizing for things that are not your fault, automatically, before you have even thought about it, because sorry became your first language in that relationship. They do not see you struggling to receive love that is just simple, consistent, calm, because calm love does not feel like love anymore. It feels like something is missing. It feels like waiting. It feels suspicious. These are not personality flaws. These are injuries. Invisible ones, the kind that do not show up on any scan. These are injuries, invisible ones, the kind that do not show up on any scan, but are completely real, completely valid, and completely healable. And with the understanding that what happened to you was not something you deserved, or attracted, or caused. It was done to you, by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. Healing from narcissistic abuse does not start with forgetting them. It starts with understanding what happened. Healing from narcissistic abuse does not start with forgetting them. It starts with understanding what happened. Because right now, a part of your brain still believes the story they told, that you were too much, that you were not enough, that you caused the chaos. That story is a lie, planted deliberately, by someone who needed you to doubt yourself so they could stay in control. The first act of healing is this. Stop trying to make sense of something that was never meant to make sense. You will never find the logic in what they did, because there was none. There was only strategy, and your heart was never equipped to see strategy in someone it loved. That is not naivety. That is love. Real love. The kind that assumes the best. The kind that stays. The kind that tries. Your capacity to love that deeply is not a wound. It is a gift. That was given to the wrong person, and it is still yours, fully intact, waiting to be given to someone who will not use it against you. Number 1, no contact. And here is why it is not just advice. Every time you check their profile, every time you read old messages, every time you drive past their street, your brain releases a small hit of the same chemicals the relationship ran on, and the withdrawal clock resets to 0. No contact is not about punishing them. It is about letting your brain detox from a biochemical addiction. It is medicine, not cruelty. Number 2, name what happened. Not to everyone, not loudly, just to yourself. What happened to me was abuse. It was not love. It was not passion. It was not complicated. It was abuse with moments of warmth designed to keep me attached. That sentence, however hard, is the beginning of the story ending differently. Number 3, grieve what you actually lost. Not them, but the version of yourself you were before, the trust you had, the openness, the certainty that love was safe. Grieve those things properly, with the same tenderness you would give to any real loss, because it is a real loss. Number 4, rebuild the relationship with your own instincts. Your gut was right. It was telling you something long before your mind caught up. Start listening to it again, in small things first. What do I actually want for dinner? Do I actually want to go to this? Every small act of listening to yourself is rebuilding the trust they dismantled. Number 5, let it take as long as it takes. Healing is not linear. You will have days where you feel free, and days where you reach for your phone. You are not failing when you miss them. You are healing. I want to say something directly to you. You were enough. You were always enough. You survived something designed to break you, and here you are, still healing, still brave. Not the you that is listening, the you that is still ashamed, the you that still blames yourself, the you that has asked 100 quiet times, why was I not enough? You were enough. You were always enough. The problem was never your love. Your love was extraordinary. The problem was who received it. A narcissist cannot love you back the way you loved them, not because you were not worthy, but because they do not have the capacity. And they spent the relationship making sure you believed the deficit was yours. It was not. It was never yours. You are going to love again. Not the same way, not with the same recklessness, but with something better. With wisdom, with boundaries, with the deep knowledge of what you will never accept again. And one day, not today, maybe not soon, but one day, you will be in a relationship where someone is consistently kind, where love does not come with punishment attached, where you do not have to earn what should have been freely given, and it will feel strange at first, because safe will feel unfamiliar, but you will learn. You will teach your nervous system that this is what it was always supposed to feel like. You survived something that was designed to break you, and here you are, still asking questions, still trying to understand, still healing. That is not weakness. That is one of the bravest things a human being can do. Drop a white heart below if this finally gave you words for something you have carried alone. The full healing guide is pinned in the first comment, and follow SKYE, because you deserve to feel less alone in all of this. Because you were not weak. You were bonded. And now, you are healing. Recovery is not just about the first few months. It is about the years that follow. The slow, quiet work of rebuilding a life that belongs entirely to you. You will find yourself rediscovering things you used to love. Music you stopped playing. Hobbies you let go of because they took up too much space. You are planting new seeds now. In a garden that is no longer being trampled. It takes time for them to bloom, but they will. And they will be yours. I want you to imagine yourself 1 year from today, 5 years from today, sitting in a room that feels like safety, breathing air that doesn't feel like a threat. That version of you is real. They are waiting for you, and they are so proud of you for doing the hard work right now, for choosing yourself, for healing. You are the hero of this story, not the victim. You survived the storm, and you are becoming the light. Thank you for sitting with me today. You are not alone. Keep going. Every step matters. Every breath is a victory. This is your life. It belongs to you now. Every decision, every breath, every moment of peace. Reclaim it. You have done the hardest thing. You have faced the truth. You have named the abuse. and you are still here. Healing is a journey, not a destination. And today, you took a massive step. I am so proud of you. Go slowly. Be kind to yourself. You are the light that survived the storm. See you in the next one.